What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at ya with another Lords Mobile video. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about something which most Lords Mobile players hold in the most highest regard. I'm not talking about troops or resources. I'm not talking about gear. No, I'm talking about gems. You know, when someone looks at your account, the first thing their eye is drawn to is how many gems has he got? You know, if you've got hardly any, you're going to get ridiculed. If you've got loads, they're like, wow, can I have some speed ups? But it's the one thing which dictates what you can and can't do to a degree in this game. I normally don't have any gems because I'm a rally lead and I'm constantly relocating, using 50% size boosts, using talent resets, and redueling my gear and gemming my tier 2. I mean, I'm always gemming troops and all sorts, and my gems just deplete. As you can see in the top left hand corner, I managed to get myself a good amount of gems recently, and I'm going to show you a little bit later in the video exactly how that happened. Also in this video, I'm going to show you loads of tips on how you can pick up free gems in using the actual in-game mechanics. Before we get to that though, let's jump to a quick word from our sponsor of this video, LD Player. Okay guys, so the first thing you need to know is there are ways to get gems in this game without having to buy packs. You can start to build up and accumulate a good amount of gems just by using the in-game mechanics. Maybe not as much as 5 million unless you're very, very patient, but you definitely can build up some numbers. And I'm just going to go through some of the ways in which that can be done. So the first way, and the most easiest way I guess, is the Coliseum. You can put together a really good free-to-play squad which should enable you to get into the top 100 depending on your kingdom, of course. And that squad, just to show you what I'm talking about, would look a little something like that. That right there is kind of like a go-to free-to-play team. It's a real solid one. You can mix and match it. You can put Death Knight in as well for incinerator if you choose to. But this team right here should potentially get you up into the top 100. Again, depending on your kingdom and how busy it is and how many big players are there. And once you're in the top 100, you know, you can get yourself a good amount of gems. Even if you're in the last 10 there, 125 gems every 3 hours. Best thing to do is just let this tick over, keep fighting in the Coliseum, build it up over a couple of weeks, go back in and check your gem count. There's going to be quite a few thousand gems in there waiting for you. So a really nice way to do it, and also a fun way to get free gems by fighting in the Coliseum. I'm a big fan of the Coliseum, and I do try and keep myself up there in like the highest ranks, 347 at the moment. Not quite where I want to be, but I've got some entries, so maybe I'll try and do it a little bit later. So that's one of the ways in which you can get free gems in Lords Mobile. The other way is through guild gifts, okay? Guild gifts, I've just opened mine, so there's nothing there at the moment. But guild gifts, if you've got an active guild that's monster hunting, these boxes that drop in, and also the ones that people are buying packs with, will drop gems as well. So every day when you open your guild gifts, if you've got a good amount in there, you should get a nice little influx of gems straight away when you log into your account. So always make sure you try and be active yourself and get yourself into a nice active guild, okay? The other way you can get gems, of course, is the treasure trove. This big purple building over here, maxed out at level 9, is going to be offering you 20% interest. As you can see, as you level it up, it gives you more and more interest. Would be nice to see some higher levels on this and maybe some bigger interest rewards and bigger max deposits on this to really help people out. But at the moment, level 9 is the maximum. You do need pickaxes to level it up, which do require you to spend gems, but overall it's a really good investment to get this maxed out as much as you can so that you can use the 30-day deposit and get a really good payout. Now mine's not as high as it can be. You can actually get this higher, but I am max research. I think I've just got to finish off working on the familiar maybe or something. 92,250 is actually pretty reasonable, but whether yours is this or a lot lower, it still is going to be a real big help once a month to come through with that nice payout just when you least expect it. It's very, very nice. And the other way you can get free gems inside Lords Mobile is by the familiars. Okay, the Gemming Gremlin is a packed free familiar. pretty easy to unlock and level up, to be fair. Mine still is at level 5. Ridicule me, guys. Ridicule me for level 5 Stroke of Fortune. But it is what it is. Go and have a look. And this is why I have no gems. I don't level things up like this. But this one here is giving me a few gems every 2 days. But if you level this up to maximum, I'm sure you can use it every day and get yourself a good amount of gems free from your familiar skill every day. Like a 3,000 gems a day doesn't sound like a lot. But when you add that up over the course of the month, you're looking at like 30 to 30,000 gems or more if you get a high roll. So a really nice way to add to your monthly gem total is the Stroke of Fortune, okay? Oh, and also one other thing, if you do manage to get the pack 4 familiars open, Hoarder is a good one to go for trove expansion, because this allows you to put an extra 10,000 gems into the treasure trove and get a bigger payout. I might actually be maxed on it now I think about it, because I've got this at level 10 and I've maxed research, so I think possibly I'm maxed on the treasure trove. But that's another really cool way to get yourself some free gems, okay? Now another way, yes there's more, another way in which you can get free gems is inside the hero chapters here. Once you get far enough through this, you're going to open up challenge stages. I think you need to get to like normal chapter 5 maybe or something, and you will unlock challenge stages, and of course these can be done and you can unlock yourself some gems in here. Now you get 50 gems for completing a challenge stage, okay? But once you get to the end of chapter 1, you can then revisit all the levels and do them at harder difficulties and earn even more gems from those levels. So potentially inside the challenge stages there's a whole bunch of gems to unlock. It is only a one-time reward for each level that you do, but it's still free gems that you can get really quite early on in the game, which could potentially help you out, especially when it comes to things like unlocking tier 4, where you're going to need those items to upgrade your battle hall, your prison, and your altar, okay? It's about 600,000 gems to do those 3 buildings at the start of the game to get tier 4. So with these things I'm showing you, the familiars, you know, the Coliseum, the challenge stages, your active guild with your guild gifts coming in, you know, all these things that you do will potentially help you out and get you there that little bit quicker if you make sure you utilize all those different functions inside the game, okay? So that's one good way. Now the other good way to get free gems, of course, is hell events and solo events. Both of these, generally speaking, will give you gems, although there's no gems on this particular solo event, which is a really bad example, but the hell event, generally speaking, will give you gems. And depending on the difficulty of the hell event will determine how many gems you get. I think Chaos Dragon hell events and Watchers most likely give you the most value on gems, although they are a little bit more difficult to complete, so you might need to save up more training speeds, research speeds, or whatever it is it's asking you to do on that particular challenge. Also, there is another one as well, which is the 24-hour event. You have 24 hours to complete this challenge, and when you do get to the end of it, you will also get some more free gems. And these are daily things, a daily 24-hour challenge, and the hell events run every single hour. You might be limited as to how many you can do per day, just because of the amount of speeds, resources, and etc. But doing them every now and then over the course of the week will definitely help you build up your gems. And the other way, of course, is Guildfest. Yeah, we don't do it no more in TWK, but the reason being is our guild is quite an advanced guild. A lot of the players are really high level, so the rewards in here are not really worth the time and effort it takes to actually go through and do Guildfest, so we've kind of abandoned it. But, you know, for the newer guilds and newer players, this is going to be so vital for you to help grow your account. Even level 1 here is 300 gems, and going down 600, another 1200 gems. You can see that 600 times 6. You know, there is stuff in here which potentially would be helpful, like a 50% science boost and the gems and stuff. But overall, just for us, the time and effort it takes, just the rewards aren't good enough for masters here, because that's where we were sitting and they just weren't good enough for us. But for you guys that are just starting off, or mid-level players, make sure you get your Guildfest done, because it will give you prizes and rewards that you're definitely going to need, including gems. Okay, now the other way to get free gems is this little thing over here. First of all, let's talk about the Tycoon. Okay, Tycoon is a good way to get gems. You see these Gremlin Gemlins? If you land on one, you're going to get some free gems. And when you get to the end of the little puzzle here, or end of the board game, you're going to get some free gems as well. Okay, now obviously you do need tokens to do this. They're not the easiest things to pick up. I obviously just picked up a token pack, so I'm able to go ahead and roll the dice. But if you're free to play, you're going to struggle to get around this board on the daily, and that's absolutely fine. Just keep an eye on your hell events, because sometimes you do get free tokens inside your hell events, which allow you to come in here and use them. Try and save them up. Don't just use one token, you know, as soon as you get it. Save them up and then come in here and try and get around the board a couple of times, especially if there's an ultra rare in here that you need, like halos, for example. But yeah, 900 gems, that's a low roll. You can get anything from about 900 to about 2,500 off a standard opening. But if you get yourself a money bag, you can pick up some pretty good rewards, including, like, I think it's something like 10 to 20,000 gems, or you can get like over 100,000 gems, or if you hit the jackpot like I did 2 days ago, you can get yourself an extra over 1 million gems, which is absolutely awesome. So yeah, this is a really good way to do it. And then the other way of getting free gems, and the last way we're going to talk about in this particular video today, is going to be the Labyrinth. Okay, so the Labyrinth is, well, I mean, the Labyrinth is the Labyrinth. This is kind of like the holy grail of where you get gems from. You know, you hit this monster and you're going to drop bosses. Bosses are going to turn up and you hit them and they drop gems. Now, for most of the free-to-play, well, all the free-to-play players, in fact, you're going to be on normal labyrinths. It's going to cost you 100 stars per hit. And my advice again would be to try and save up a good amount. Like, I would save up like 20,000 holy stars and then come in here and do it. But you know, I wouldn't come in here just with 100. Just save them up. Come in here when there's an ultra rare monster in, like this one, for example, that's dropping ultra rares too that you need to level up your gears, and then come in here and using them. Hopefully, you get a boss drop, and then you get some gems out of that. As for the people that have spent money in the game, if you buy a $100 pack inside the game, you do unlock Elite Labyrinth, and this is where it gets interesting, because every hit is 1,000 stars, and you're going to get times 11, and which means, of course, if a boss drops, it's times 11 on the gem drops, which means you can walk out of here with some massive gem prizes, including potentially the Holy Grail down the bottom right-hand corner, which is the Jackpot, which I was lucky enough to drop for the second time since I've been playing Lords Mobile in the last 4 years, just the other day. Just after I trained all my troops, I dropped it, and I'm going to jump to that in a minute and show you that amazing moment when the Labyrinth dropped me the Jackpot the other day, in case you missed it. There is one other thing actually I will mention to you, and this is something which you can do, because again, it's an in-game mechanic in the game. You see, my resource buildings are all ore buildings. Okay, this means that I'm hypering ore. All right, now you can pick any resource you want, apart from food, because most people are, you know, not food positive. But what I'm saying is, you could pick anything you want here, like wood, ore, stone, and you can basically become a hyper and build up a good amount of resources, and you can then go ahead and sell that resource to other players, not necessarily in your guild, because you should help out your guild for free. But what I mean is, you can speak to other players in your kingdom and say, hey, I've got, you know, some ore available to give away. Would you be interested in taking it off me for some gems or some speed ups? You might need to like move the resources out of your account into a secondary account to store it for you, just because you can only hold a maximum, you know, of what your ore buildings say. Like 33 million here, I can't generate no more. So I get to 33 million, I need to move the ore out of my account so I can make another 30 million. So if you've got a secondary account where you can store the ore, your main account can continue to make the ore, and then you can build it up over a couple of weeks. And you'll be surprised how much ore you can build up once you get these buildings leveled up. So if you're sitting on, say, 500 million ore, you know, there's going to be big rally leads and big fillers and stuff, and big players in your kingdom that's going to need that ore. Put a message up in kingdom chat. Hi guys, I've got ore available, 500 million, and I would like to sell that to someone for some gems. And then you can go and join their guild. They can gift you some speed ups using the gift function inside the game, and then you can trade them with your ore. So resource trading with other members in your kingdom is also a great way to get gems as well. All right. And I guess the last way, we're trying to think of all the different ways, but the last way to get a good amount of gems for free in this game, I guess, is building a trap account, right? If you build a rally trap or a solo trap, then of course you're in a really good position to get free gems, because if you capture someone's leader, you can then bargain for that leader, either with gold, because you can bargain with gold, that's a part of an in-game mechanic, or what a lot of people do is try and bargain for speed ups. Not everyone's going to pay you, but you know, you can ask for a reasonable amount. Don't get greedy like some players do, but I mean, I've met my fair share. But no, just you know, ask for a reasonable amount of speed ups, make a deal with them, and then they give you the speed ups, you release their leader. So again, having a trap account is a great way to get free gems. Okay. Anyway, hopefully something out of all that you picked up on, which is going to help you. Again, more so for the newer players, the Lords Mobile, but hopefully even if you've been playing for a while, you saw something there that might be of some help. And what we're going to do now is jump to the the moment where I was eating McDonald's on stream, and the game decided that was the moment, just as I was about to open my coffee, that it was going to go ahead and drop me the jackpot. So I hope you enjoy this, guys. We're going to leave it there for the day, though. Enjoy the clip, and I'll catch you next time. Stay safe. Peace out. There we go. Oh, it's the first time I've actually sat here and had some proper food while I'm streaming. I've eaten like chocolate and stuff, sweets, but not like a proper food, like proper like meal. So that's well, this ain't really a proper meal. This is McDonald's, but still, it's a similar thing, you know, eating breakfast with you guys. Feels kind of weird, actually. Well, actually, it feels alright. I don't know. I normally sit here and eat my breakfast in the morning like this. Not McDonald's every day, but like if I'm eating like my breakfast, it might be toast or porridge or whatever. I normally get ready for my day by sitting there eating my breakfast and listening to some music or watching something on Netflix. Instead, I still got you guys here, and we're doing stars. Yeah, it's not a proper meal. I very quickly corrected myself. I said, when you've eaten a proper meal, well, I mean, it's not a proper meal. It's just Mackie D's. I fancied pancakes and I fancied sausage, and I thought, you know what? Let's just order McDonald's. Need the sugar and the energy after doing all that for the last 5 hours. I actually felt really tired. I feel alright now. Send you shields. I ain't got no gems, man. Allow it. That's why I'm in here, trying to get gems. I ain't got none, bro. Let me open my coffee. The boss has appeared. There we go. Oh shit, that's still on there. There we go. Ha 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 ha.